Hey everybody, good morning. I will be doing another painting demo today and it'll be in watercolor, so that'll be some fun. Cardi's in the background. Whoop whoop. Yes. So today we are doing the Cheesy Love. It wasn't commissioned, it was just something I really wanted to do based off of a dream that I had. Odd dream, but I woke up with tons of designs and I thought I'd run with it. So just preparing for Valentine's Day. My plan is to make a whole series and then make prints and make cards, and it'll be a lot of fun and cute for Valentine's Day. So what's it called? Let me show you what we'll be doing. Let me rotate the camera. Awesome. So I will be using this watercolor paper. Pretty much I just took a large piece, I chopped it down, and I made it smaller, and then I will crease it and make a card out of it. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me move all this. So I made a card out of it. Obviously, you can go to the store and buy cards, which is probably more expensive. So if you can do it yourself, that's good. And also what's more expensive is if you buy the watercolor paper smaller. So that's why I like to just buy it big and then cut it down. So I'll be using this watercolor palette. Looks super messy, but I love it. It was given to me as a gift from Melinda. If she jumps on, she can tell you what the brand is, because I have no idea. I just took it and I've been working with it. Now, paper does matter. So if you ever want to try something out, paper does matter. I mean, I'll show you the difference. So this was the finished product the other day. This was the original done on bad paper. Same paint and everything, and look how horrible in comparison. So it's cute, but it's horrible. So definitely get good paper because your paint will be more vivid, it will be more solid, bright, all that kind of stuff. All right. So the one you guys are going to watch today is two of them. Let me move this out of the way. All right. We will be doing, I drew out a couple pre-sketches last night before going to bed. I have Hawaiian Pizza here, who's in Hawaii on a tropical outing, and the person or pizza is watching someone dipped in garlic sauce or tomato sauce, I haven't decided, out on the beach. Pineapples in the background, some pineapple juice, stuff like that. And then I have Cheesy Love. Instead of a hot tub, it's a garlic sauce cup, so that should be fun. And then we have Spicy Love, which is inspired by the original that you saw, but it will be with peppers. Then we have this one you'll also see being done. So Cheesy Love, it's two pizzas sleeping and cuddling, and they are covered in bacon, and I'm going to call it bacon. I love it. And then I have more. So anyways, you'll see those later. This is, I pull up photo references. So we got, I was just going to do pineapple, but then when I looked it up, I realized they do love ham. So it's good to just have all those colors ready. I looked up bacon, and I looked up aluminum foil, which is what they'll be laying on later. So just having some color schemes going on. So let's get started. Let me move this out of the way. Hook this up. All right. Let's see. You can see it there. All right. So you guys that answered my, you guys answered on my status really helped out, because every time you gave an idea of like what your favorite pizza was or pizza topping, I got new ideas. So thank you for those who participated in that. Continue to participate because I'm making a ton. So here we go. So I'm just going to use the same brush. I've been using it on my other paintings. There are specific watercolor brushes. They carry a lot of water and stuff like that, but this one is honestly just a cheap brush that's still doing good. So what I'm gonna do, you could do watercolor in a couple ways, but I like to lay down the color, or lay down water. So for example, I'm gonna start with the crust. Let's see, what colors can we use here? I'm gonna pull out some yellow ochre and brown and just put it in. What's cool is when you already lay down the watercolor likes to just be pushed and pulled around. Oops, see, it's too yellow, so I need to get more. Add some texture in there because it's like bread. If at any time you don't like something too much, you could always dab it. And in this case, bread always looks patchy like that, so it looks good. If you are interested in a card like this, they'll be starting at 30 bucks. They do take time. It's so funny to think of paying for a card $30, but it's really just handmade art made into a card, and it's still frameable, so that's really cool. You could always write a note and frame it and keep it for the long haul. So that's it for that. Let's see. Now let's do, I'm gonna lay out water again. Now, watercolor does take more patience. It does take, what's the right verbiage? Caution, depending on what you're painting on, or what the subject matter and stuff like that, because if you make a mistake, it's very hard to come back from because it is transparent and you can see everything that you do. So, now, I always have to, because I haven't really painted much pizza, I'll take out one I did previously and just use it as a photo reference for colors. So from what I see there, I use some yellow ochre and maybe some tan. Let's see. Now it's too dark. Again, I just want it to be kind of patchy because cheese looks like it was baked and it's... Now, I do have to say I don't have much experience painting pizza, so I am learning as I go. I like it when it's wet because you could do stuff like that. Now, the question everyone is asking, I'm sure, is, did I eat pizza before going to bed that night? I did not. I haven't had pizza in a while. So, I believe it was just a fun idea from the Lord to help bring in finances. So, I love just new ideas. I remember one time I stayed home from a Colombia trip, the one trip I stayed home from, and the Lord told me he was going to teach me something about business and give me a new style of art, and he did. And that style of art was not like Christian or prophetic in any way, but it was a style that people really liked, and I was able to use that to bring in tons of finances. So it's cool. That's happened twice. This is the third time. Well, it's happened 3 times. This is the 3rd time. So, we got our pizza. I'm going to add a little bit of orange. I know you can't see me doing that, but I'm just going to dap it in because cheese is a little bit orange. Hopefully it doesn't look like pimples. That would be bad. All right. See, too much. Tap it out. What's good about this style is I will go over it with pen. So if there's any major mistake, I go out of the lines or whatever it may be, that's fine. Because I'm going to draw in the sharp lines. All right, now we're gonna do our pineapples. I should have looked up photos. Oh, I do have a photo of pineapples. So I'll leave some white. And then there's some pineapples on the actual pizza. Pineapple. Too dark. It doesn't take much with watercolor. All right, and then we have ham, which is Shelly, you like the pineapple pizza? I had a friend write on the status, he says, if any of your friends like pineapple pizza, you have to delete them immediately. But I will choose to keep you. So now there's no pink, nor is there white in watercolor. So you just have to take a color and barely put your brush in and just check it. Like, you know, use a lot of water. Water will dull down the color. So let's see. So this is my ham. Ham over here. Okay, I think that's all my ham. And then we will do a darker, a concentrated. I took some brown and that same red because when ham is cooked, it has a nice crispy edge. And now we have nice crispy edges. Okay. All right. What's the music? Where's the music?
Oh, in my ears.
You can put it on.
Okay.
All right. All right. And now we're gonna do. Peppers. Let's go with. I'm taking a little bit of yellow and a little bit of green. All right, so that's pretty much all the toppings. I'm going to, where's the color? Let's do, what did I use for the arms yesterday? It was mainly yellow ochre, okay. To make it look like the cheese. Fingers, dripping cheese. All right. I'm also gonna add a little bit of red just in the top corners because that's usually where all the tomato sauce is exposed. And some down here. Okay. Now let's do some yellow in the cup to make it look like maybe lemonade or pineapple. Hopefully people will think it's pineapple juice. And then we'll make this little umbrella red. All right, and then now the question is, do we make this red or yellow? Do we make it garlic sauce or tomato sauce? I'm gonna go with garlic sauce since this is a very, well, back here is gonna be all pineapple, right? So if this is gonna be all yellow, all right. Now the thing about watercolor as well is that you're gonna have to wait for it to dry between different layers. So before I draw and things like that, I always have to wait for it to completely dry. Otherwise you ruin your pen and the painting because your ink will bleed. All right, so do we do garlic? What do you guys usually eat with your Hawaiian? Do you do garlic or tomato sauce? Or like a marinara? While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna keep doing the chair. I guess we could leave the chair white, which would mean that the shadow is like a bluish. I may have to do, what? Oh, I may have to do garlic sauce here because so that it's see-through, because I want you to be able to see the other pizza. Garlic sauce. I wonder if there's a way to actually make it look like garlic in comparison to just the color. All right. We need sand color. So I'm using brown and like a tan. I'm throwing it on, but then I'm spreading it around with water. Oops, usually I don't paint to the edge. I totally forgot that. In this particular series, I was trying not to go all the way to the edge to keep it consistent, but I could always make another one if I don't like this. Maybe I could, there you go. That didn't work. Getting some more of the green. Sometimes colors are already made for you based off previous paintings that you've done. Just adding, instead of palm trees, I'm doing pineapples. And then I'll get a little bit of the darker green and just throw it in for extra. All right. And then what color should we do the table? Let's do, well, I want it to look white, so again, we will get brown and blue, oh, this blue, and brown, and that will make the closest thing to black, because there's really not black watercolor. So I'm just gonna make shadows on these legs. Just imagine there's supports. Add more shadow here. Shadow. All right, and then for the shadow on the sand, I will just do a solid brown, since I used brown. What would it be? I guess you could do just let's just imagine. All right. All right. That's pretty good. And then we'll just do a blue sky. Even though the sun is going down, right? So maybe an orange sky. So I got some orange and some yellow. Let's see how that looks. Doesn't have to be exact. That's good. Tonight, I will be performing at a, what's it called? If you're in the Orlando area, off Pershing, there's a show called Through My Eyes. And I will be doing my first speed painting where I get 5 minutes to paint alongside a poet. So if you guys want to come through, you are welcome to do so. That will be at 7 o'clock tonight. And there will be everything from like miming to drama and acting, poetry, rap, musical, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it should be fun. So definitely come through if you would like to hang out. All right, so that is the general. It doesn't look super impressive, but what's cool is when the pen goes on top, then you're able to draw in all of your details. So that's how I start that. So while we're waiting for this one to dry, this one, I'm going to pull out Mr. Bacon. So when you're cuddling with bacon. So same thing, I like to just start with the crust because now I was thinking, what would they be laying on as pillows? Of course, I could do a portion of the painting realistic and another portion not realistic. And so in this case, I decided to make the pillows like bread rolls or something like that. So again, I'm going into these two colors, like a brown and a yellow ochre. And just throwing them in the water to see what they inspire. And I'll just throw some water in there. What you don't see yet is that those will make shapes. Kind of like this, it'll make shapes where it pushes away the water. I'll also Was there ever an opportunity you guys had to get a weird idea that worked out, or you didn't know what it was for, and then whether it was through ministry or like the Lord gave it to you and you're like, what is this for? Because that's how I feel. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how these start some fun conversations. I wouldn't know how yet to tie it to the gospel, other than if they meet me, they get to meet someone who knows the Lord, and they'll get to hear about Jesus through my life. But other than that, these are just cute drawings. So sometimes bread looks spotty like that. Looks cool. All right. Now I'm gonna do the cheese again, which was like the yellow ochre. Every time I feel like I gotta remind myself what it was because I can't remember all the time. The lighter. So one of the details I saw that you've seen in my other pizza pieces so far is that the pepperoni is not pepperoni, but it's roses. And that's just to communicate like the love portion. That's what I saw in the dream was pizza with roses as pepperoni. I did see like one that was more fashion oriented, but I just cannot remember the details. I may have written it down, but I don't know. I gotta look for it. All right. Now, bacon can look a lot of different ways, but I have the typical, I guess, I have a cartoonish version in my head. So I'm gonna try that out. I looked up a photo reference that looked most like what I saw in my head. I'm gonna add some of that red for the idea of tomato sauce. Tomato sauce. Add red for my roses. These are small, so what I'm doing is just completely filling them in and then dapping it out. And then I'll do the smaller details later more carefully. Okay. So bacon. Let me show you the photo I got. Let's see. Ooh, that needs to be clean. Hello. So the computer has turned off. I will come back to that. All right, we're back in session. So, bread, you know, I didn't even look up, I did not look up photo references for bread, but what I do remember is like the Italian bread always has green, I don't even know what it is, parsley maybe? I'm not sure. But I just imagine it having the green, small green spots from the seasoning, like Italian bread. So, let's see. Let's see what this color looks like. So I'll actually wait for that to dry before I add any of the seasonings I was talking about, because otherwise it will, you know, just bleed into that. So now we're doing bacon. I'm thinking actually bacon might need, let's see, let's do one with water. There's a difference between painting wet on wet and painting on dry. So let's see what that does. I am thinking I'm gonna take, so what you're not seeing is I'm gonna take some red and I'm gonna merge it with brown. That looks like a nice color for bacon. So this is a bacon blanket. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. It's actually better not to be perfect because bacon is very organic. So looks like bacon, right? Oh yeah. Okay. This is the image I got. So I was doing it with one line, but they have like 3 lines. So we'll see what happens. And then what we'll do is darken the edges as well to make it look crispy. And some lines are redder and other ones are lighter. So let's see what's up. I need to make more of that color. Red. Brown. And red. There you go. All right. You can add those crispy edges. So the difference between painting on water is it spreads like this, and when you're not painting on water, it's sharp. It just goes where you want it to go. So, not sure which one works best yet for the bacon. I kind of like the dry look because it gives some added texture. Definitely looks like bacon though, and I like that. This is what happens when you rush. You don't get fun variations. Now I'm gonna go get some darker brown. What's good about watercolor too is it's really good to have just multiple paintings going at once so that you don't tempt yourself to paint before you should. Because it's nice to wait between layers. So if you're like, you know what, let me stop, let me let this one breathe and dry up so I could do another layer. You could go darker, you could do, you could just add more detail. So it's best to have a couple things going. So you could switch around. So Carly's mom, she loves to make, during Thanksgiving time, turkey covered in bacon. Anybody else ever have that? It's deadly, but it's so wonderful. It's a happy way to die. All right. Now, I'm just gonna paint the bottom of their little pizza tails here. And then I'm gonna let this one dry while I start drawing on the other one, which is my favorite part. Who sleeps with they have to have exposed feet at the end of the night? That would be me. You want to be all cuddled up, except for your feet. Oh, let me add some pepper here. Pepper. In this case, the pepper is the closed eyes. All right. Cool. So I'm going to set aside bacon love, cheesy love, and I'm going to pull out Hawaiian again. I'm going to use a gel pen. So I do wish I had my other pen, but this one works too. So a gel pen is good to go. And pretty much I'm going to just start bringing definition to everything. Add extra details while I'm at it. This is really my favorite part because it brings everything to life. Bright is also very textured, so dots will bring it to life. Just an FYI, for those of you guys who are watching, I started a series called Cheesy Love last night. It's something that I had a dream about a couple weeks ago, and I finally just took time to actually work on it and do it. So this is the manifestation of it, and it will be for Valentine's Day. Of course, you can buy ahead of time. Each card is its own piece of art. It's frameable, and I'll be charging $30 for a card, which is how much I charge usually for a acrylic piece, and usually watercolor is less, but in this case it's taking a lot of preparation and stuff to actually finish it and stuff, so takes a couple layers. So in this case we are doing $30. The arms are just lumps of cheese. Oops, I added a thumb where I didn't need one. Thankfully, it's a minor. All right. It's not waterproof, Melinda. She said that the gel pen is not waterproof. It's not, but like I've painted, I'm trying to think. I think I painted on top of one of these roses. Maybe it's on one of these. And it actually didn't bother it. So I think once the gel pen is completely dry, it should be fine. But we will definitely find out. There is always room for growth. Oh yeah, I never showed you guys these. So this one is Cheesy Love, when you're taking a bubble bath in cheese, and it's just about loving yourself. And then we have this one, Cheesy Love, not pizza, but Swiss cheese with roses in it. And then the note says, I love you. Isn't that fun? Okay, so that's it. That's all I got so far. And then, yes, but as you can see, it's coming out so much fun already. It wasn't at all impressive to me with just the watercolor, but with pen, it is everything. This pineapple nose kind of reminds me of the what are their names? The lifeguards that put the white on their noses. All right. Let's outline more pineapple. The smile is a pepper. More ham. Honestly, this is a very bad series to do when you're hungry. That's all I have to say. Looking up photo references was not easy. And me, I get so excited to paint that I skip out on breakfast and everything. Especially when I want to do the Facebook Live. So, enjoy. I will get my portion soon. Is that, what is this? Oh, that's pineapple. Oh, sorry, I'm like way off the screen. Like the one I behold. I'll do little dots here and there for cheese texture. Incomplete dots are even better because it communicates bubbles. And then some cheese, exaggerated. Like the one I behold. I'm gonna put some shadow under these pineapples. So shadow for me is so great because it just, again, brings something a little bit further into just looking realistic or weighty. So you could actually add weight to an object in a painting by simply adding a shadow. It looks now like it's on the chair. So sometimes though I don't do this solid black, which if I thought about it or if I was alone I probably wouldn't have. I would have done like marks like this, which I could still save it, I guess, just to show you guys. So it communicates that shadow. You don't always have to color it all in. Isn't it fun? I love it. So cute. I was thinking in another one, after I drew these pineapple sunglasses of making 2 pineapples into like a bow tie and then having like olives as buttons. So that'll be one in the future for, what's it called? For the fashion one. So far I've done, or I haven't done, but I've drawn out the pre-sketches for working out, pizza, where he's like holding a dumbbell and it's full of a shish kebab of stuff. And I drew out meat lovers. That one was cute. And I'll show you guys the sketch in just a second. The pre-sketch. Now, usually when something's in the background, you don't add full detail. I'm gonna make that decision as I go here. Like if you want something to look like it's moving backwards, maybe you leave out some lines, you know, but oops, see, I went all the way to the edge. I don't usually like that. I like to leave some edge, but it is done and I can't take that one back. So this pizza in the background is having fun splashing around in garlic sauce. So that's one of my favorite dips that I can have with any pizza. And I do not care how my breath smells after because it was so delicious. Some other people might think it's cheese. That's fine. As long as it communicates fun in the sun. I'm just gonna do the bottom of the sun here. All right, did I draw everything? Makes the cheese look like it's coming off a little bit. That kind of looks like a nose. I didn't even mean to do that. But, all right, so. All right, I think I'm done with that one. I might come back. I'll probably write cheesy love right here. So hashtag cheesy. I want this hashtag in all of them, cheesy love. That's cute. And that is a finished product. Oh, I need to put my signature. So now let's go back to biking. So you can see the difference between one that's been drawn on and one that has not been drawn on. So real big difference. Oh, I guess I'll show you what I do next as well. So I take, so what I saw is when you try to bend your own watercolor paper, you might get some creases everywhere. And it could ruin your artwork. So I just put it up against, let's see if I can show you. What I'm gonna do is put it up against the table and press, and then, so yeah, I can't do it while holding the phone, but I'm gonna press down, and then I'll take my ruler and just kind of like, you know, fold it real well. So anyways, that's it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and finish Bay Can Love, and yeah, and I will do more. So talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Where am I? Yay! And yeah, if you get any more ideas on pizza toppings or whatever it may be, let me know. The cards in the future will be pieces of art that are frameable, and also cards, as you can see, like just finished cards. My cousin bought the original, but it wasn't a card. So this is the original. I love it. And yeah, so this, sorry, Edgardo, at work and watching this is making me hungry. Let me tell you, that's why I'm stopping early, so that I can go eat, because I'm hungry myself. And let me show you some other ideas I got here that in the future I will be making prints of. Oh, I guess I could just lay it down. Let's turn this around before I finish. So, what can you see? All right, so we just did this one, right? Let me show you before and after. So you can see the pre-sketch and the final. So cool, I love it. All right, and then I'm gonna have one of a hot tub made of garlic sauce with 2 pizzas. We're about to do cheesy love. This one's gonna be spicy love with 2 pieces of pizza kissing, and it'll be with peppers, and it'll look very Latin. And then these are some other fun ones I got. So this one's gonna be the keto diet pizza. He'll have onions and olives hanging off of his dumbbell, and he'll be working out, and that will be all about self-love and fitness. I might make the bench out of bread. We'll see what happens there. And then I have Adam and Eve naked pizza, where there's no cheese. It's just gonna be like the sauce, and they will be covered in places with spinach. And then we got Meat Lovers. I love this one because it is a cheese pizza, cutting meat and putting it on their lover. So that'll be fun. And then the last one will be Artist Barbecue, and they will be painting pizza with barbecue sauce. And then we have this one. I haven't figured it out totally yet, but I'm thinking of some kind of fashion walkway thing of dressing up well. So we'll see what's up. So I'm excited to keep creating as you guys are sending me different toppings and stuff. It's fun. So I'm definitely getting tons of ideas. Thank you guys for helping. Let me just put these away so you can kind of see what we got so far. We got the original cheesy love with roses. We got Swiss cheese with roses in it and an I love you note. And we have love yourself in a cheese bath. So, and now we have hanging out at the beach. So awesome. and soon we will have the bacon. But enjoy you guys' day. And again, there will be $30 in the future, frameable art, and based off your favorite toppings, and it will also be a card that you can give on Valentine's Day. So I will talk to you guys soon, and let you guys watch along for another painting in the future. Peace.